to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hello, it's Adam here, and on today's episode of The Hypnotist, we're going to be doing a hypnosis session generated by random variables, and they could be emotions, they could be nouns, they could be a destination, and also a new language pattern card. But one thing I wanted to do is answer a question. So someone emailed me this morning, a regular listener of the show via YouTube rather than the podcast, Edgar, and he was asking, essentially, is it okay to listen to multiple hypnosis sessions in a single day, or is it better to kind of focus on one before moving on to another one? And there's two ways that you can really look at this. And I would say any form of therapy, any form of change should be a reflection of your intention. So if your intention is to seek inspiration and reflection and new insights about yourself, then listening to multiple hypnosis sessions is quite useful from that perspective, because you're giving your mind and your brain access to more information. If you're a hypnotherapist and you want to get inspiration for different, let's say, protocols or language patterns, or the use of nested loops in, kind of sessions or different metaphors, again, listening to multiple ones is very useful, because then you're going to get access to more information, which enables you to create new distinctions. If, however, there is a specific change you want to make in your life, you want to lose weight, you want to address some form of anxiety, you want to overcome a phobia, you want to, let's say, access a particular resourceful state, then I would say, because your intention is different, the strategy is then different. And then it makes sense to focus on perhaps just 2 or 3 episodes that relate to the very issue that you're working on, and focus not so much on listening to the hypnosis, but how the hypnosis is going to enable you to make different choices and decisions and behaviors in your real life. Where the rubber meets the road is not in the hypnosis sessions, it's what you do after you hear the hypnosis sessions. And what you don't want to do is to form a belief that hypnosis is something that happens to you. Hypnosis is something that happens with you. So you can't, for example, read a book on generating wealth or investment techniques and then complain that the book didn't make you rich. The purpose of the book is to facilitate new decisions, new action taking, and a different attitude to risk that then could lead to a chain of events that actually increase your net worth and your financial value. In the same way that a book can't make you successful, hypnosis can't, fully create the change. It's a catalyst for change, but you always want to take personal responsibility for any change. And that's why I can't just say, yes, listen to loads and listen to one. It really is a reflection of your intention and your objectives. So hopefully that answers your question, Edgar, but for anyone else there, I hope that's useful as well, for you to build a bit of a framework in terms of how best to use these videos or these audio recordings to best get value in your life. So because this is a randomly generated hypnosis session, for those watching on YouTube, I'm now going to share my screen. And we're going to go to Earth Roulette. And I'm spinning this. And again, it's the UK. It is a town called Leamington Spa. And I think I have been to Leamington Spa for a meeting actually that I had with a client there. It's a large spa town in the West Midlands, not too far from Coventry and Birmingham. Fine Regency architecture and parks. And and it's most well known for the Royal Pump Rooms. That's a historic building that accesses the spa that the town is built on. So we might utilize that in this hypnosis session. The random word generator, so I'm going to click random, generate random words, 3 nouns. Here we go. Manufacture, so making something. Judge, which is normally evaluating. Normally if something is good or bad, guilty or not guilty, but judge is kind of also a first impression. So we're going to utilize that in the hypnosis session. And remain. And I particularly like the word remain because in therapy, a lot of people focus too much on what they want to change. But I would say at least 95% of everything in your life is probably good. You probably want to keep that stuff. You don't want to change everything. And part of being a good therapist is to know what not to change, rather than just kind of changing everything. Because therapy can, if you have someone that's normally very, like for example, most people have had the experience where they used to be really enthusiastic about a topic. I used to love maths, for example, and I changed school, and one teacher changed my emotional state about maths to make me hate maths. So, it would have been good for me to keep my enthusiasm and passion for maths, but it changed when my situation changed. So it's good to think about what do we want to remain. So we're going to use that word in this session. And then the random emotions, despair. So despair is normally more intense than sadness, but what makes despair rather than just feeling sad or feeling down is it normally has a touch of hopelessness about it, that you're feeling bad and you don't think things are going to get better. So despair quite often is used when people are feeling really depressed, really low. So we're going to utilize that to change that state. And the second emotion is surprise. I like surprise. People say they like surprises or they don't like surprises are lying. They like surprises that are good and they don't like surprises that are bad. So we're going to utilize this element of surprise. And then the final ingredient is going to be the hypnotic language card. I'm just looking at the time here because I've got about 20 minutes before my next appointment. Randomly picking this. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see it's randomly picking this. This is the Mike Mandel language card. It's the 5 of clubs, which is and best of all. I'm going to read out what it says on the card. When we say this, it engages the brain's attention. We all like to know what's best, so our minds listen intently for what's coming up, because this statement is tied to positive emotions. Here's the example. And best of all, you don't even have to think about these patterns after a while, because they'll work on their own. And best of all, you can leave the learning to your unconscious mind. So expect to hear the phrase and best of all at least 2 or 3 times in this hypnosis session that I'm about to do. So I know that's quite a long intro because I was kind of addressing Edgar's question there. Hopefully you found that useful. For the hypnosis session though, find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed, relax, and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe in, imagine breathing in a resourceful feeling of relaxation. And as you exhale, just get a sense that tension, stress, or worries are leaving your body in your outward breath. Breathing in that resourceful feeling of relaxation, and as you exhale, if it's safe to do so, allow your eyelids to close, and in closing, notice that more of your attention can be on the sound of my voice. as you listen to the sound of my voice, give yourself permission to release any feelings of frustration, anxiety, or worry, so that as you breathe outwards, feel what it would feel like to let go of that tension now, to let go of those worries, to let go of that stress. Meaning that just breathing in and breathing out can create a feeling of not just relaxation, but a feeling of resourceful relaxation. The kind of relaxation that enables your body and mind to reset and to feel like your batteries are recharged again. As your body relaxes, I want your mind to become imaginative, playful, experimental. And I wonder what it would be like if we can go on a journey inside your imagination. And best of all, is that your imagination will create an experience just for you. Because as you listen to my words, your imagination will create something that only you will experience. Everyone else will experience what their imagination creates for them. Imagine thousands of VR headsets creating a unique experience for each individual. So harness the power of your imagination and imagine going to a town in England, right in the center of England, right in the Midlands. And imagine going to a spa town, but imagine going to a spa town not in modern day, but back in Victorian times. Going back over 100 years to a time where this vibrant town was a place where the aristocracy, the rich, the industrialists would go to this town to unwind, to relax. I want you to imagine that you're back in the past and you're going to a spa inside the spa town. I want you to imagine that it's an old Victorian building. I want you to imagine seeing the old white stone. I want you to imagine looking at a room inside the spa that enables you to bathe in the warm mineral waters that have come from deep underground. Imagine natural light coming in from the ceiling, and imagine that you can bathe in this water, and imagine that the salt and the minerals in the water feel like you're able to float on the surface. I want you to get a sense that the minerals in this water are rejuvenating your skin, taking any tension away from your body, and enabling you to feel deeper and deeper relaxed now. And while you're relaxing there on the surface of that water, I want you to imagine that you have the capacity to manufacture any emotion you desire. If you wanted to feel happy, you could manufacture that emotion just by thinking of a time that someone paid you a compliment, or someone surprised you with a wonderful gift or a thoughtful letter. And if you wanted to manufacture the emotion of motivation, maybe you would just judge something in your life that you're not happy with. Judge that there is something that you want to change. And if you could evaluate that you have the resources to be able to change something that is now unacceptable for you, wouldn't that manufacture the emotion of motivation or desire to create that change? I want you to imagine that you are a judge in a courtroom, and that you get to decide of everything in your life, what should change and what should remain. I want you to think of those things that create joy and happiness and connection. Those things should remain. But how about we change the things that create the most unpleasant of emotions? I want you to judge your entire life and figure out what in the past has caused despair, such deep sadness and hopelessness. And I wonder if you can think of anything in your life that has contributed to a feeling of despair. Maybe it was things that happened to you outside of your control. Maybe it was situations that you found yourself in that with the benefit of hindsight you wanted to avoid. Maybe there are certain relationships or pressures on you that feel hopeless at times. And if, when judging your life, you can find anything that is cause for despair, wouldn't that manufacture the emotion of a desire to change it? And how do you change such negative emotions? Well, first of all, you decide what you would rather they were. If you're in a job that causes despair, what would need to happen for you to be able to leave that job and to move into something else? A lot of the time, despair is caused by a feeling of hopelessness because we're looking for just a single solution to a problem. And I wonder what would happen if, rather than looking for a single solution to a complex problem, I wonder what would happen if you entertained the idea that doing something that improves it even slightly can create the momentum to create even further changes. And best of all, you don't even have to worry about what that solution is. All you need to do is to judge that you're dissatisfied with this part of your life and committed to making some form of change. If you're feeling despair about your body shape, it's unrealistic to wake up tomorrow exactly being as lean and as toned as you would want to, but perhaps you could find the motivation to just walk for 10 minutes. And I think you'll find that even walking for 10 minutes would manufacture a feeling of pride, a feeling of accomplishment, a feeling that you're taking back control of something that you've already judged to be no longer useful for you. But don't forget to keep all of those amazing things in your life that you want to remain with you. Perhaps your friendships, perhaps your experiences, perhaps those qualities within your life that even if you were to change and become slimmer or wealthier, even if you were to change a key relationship or a key job, the majority of what's in your life you would probably want to have the same. And best of all, what this means is that there is so much to be grateful for in your life, even before this change takes place. Despair can fuel a decision to change. And I want you to allow your subconscious mind to surprise you with ideas as to how that could happen. And with surprise, what's best of all is you get to wait knowing that your unconscious mind is seeking solutions for you even when you sleep. No matter what you do, your mind is hoping to surprise you with ideas, intuition, and solutions to something you've already judged that you no longer want in your life. I want you to leave that courtroom no longer being the judge and find yourself back there in that spa, in Leamington Spa, floating on the surface of that warm water, feeling that the minerals have recharged your batteries. You feel energized, motivated, resourceful, feeling that you can take on new challenges. Perhaps you can even change those things that have left you feeling frustrated or hopeless at times, but now with this new energy, allow your body and mind to surprise you with small actions, small thoughts, steps in the right direction that will take your life into innovative and positive ways. You're already surprised at the power of the subconscious mind. And I want you to trust that your subconscious mind will now work for you rather than against you, taking your life into powerful, positive directions. As you lay there on that warm mineral water, feeling energized and recharged, feeling healthy, you realize that all of this is just ideas within ideas, thoughts within thoughts, dreams within dreams, and actually you're listening to my voice firmly in the present. Very soon I will count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. You will awaken feeling resourceful, feeling motivated, willing to allow your subconscious mind to surprise you. And best of all, there's nothing you need to do other than listen to your intuition. Feeling like you're in your body right now, take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Just wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Get a sense that you're fully present in the moment, listening to my voice right now as I count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.